What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is up? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. My,
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow right here all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these pants on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to start. I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ram right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Maybe up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Hey y'all. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Is this thing on? Are we live? What's going on? Hey. Just making sure everything's ready to go, y'all. Hey y'all. Hey to the motherfucking hey. What is going on, y'all? What's going on? How have y'all been? I have missed you all. Yes, we are live. It is me. Live and in the flesh. I think so. Yeah, it's me. What is up, you all? What is up? Welcome back. We are back. Welcome back, y'all. It is me, and we are here for Run Your Mouth, your daily rundown of the news of the day. I am L Teddy 27, and I am pleased to be back with you. I ain't say how long I was back, but nevertheless, I am back. Okay? God. Just doing the best I can. Okay? Lord. Yes, I have missed you all just as much as you have missed me. Not can we just let Larry sing for the first 2 minutes? Y'all, listen. Y'all are stupid. Listen, y'all. I've been sucking down lozenges and Ricolas and stuff because my voice is going from all of this stuff I had to do over the last week or so, and then I got to go out of town again this weekend. And so, yes, I am barely hanging on to a voice, but I'm here for y'all. I'm here. We definitely are gonna party today, and we definitely gonna party tonight because it's my sis' birthday. Y'all know Really B's birthday is today, and we gonna be over there tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific to celebrate my sis, and we gonna be over there having a good time. But yes, I am back. I'm so glad to see you all. Are y'all glad to have me back? Put a shondo in the chat if you are happy to see me, just like I'm happy to see you. Okay. Act like y'all happy to see your boy. Child. And because it's Really B's birthday, I'm gonna take some more of this moonshine. Remember the moonshine we had for Harold? It's been sitting here, so I still got some more of the moonshine. So go ahead and get your shot ready. We taking our preliminary Really B birthday shot. I don't even know if she in here. She probably ain't even in here. But we having our Really B birthday shot. Who gonna check us? Is. So go ahead. I'm gonna give y'all a few moments while I'm saying hey to y'all. I'll give y'all a few moments to get y'all birthday shots ready. Yeah. Because we gonna take us a birthday shot for my sis. Let me text her and tell her we taking a birthday shot for her birthday. Hold on. She probably not even on. Anyway, let me say hey to y'all. That gives y'all a chance to get y'all birthday shots ready. Make sure y'all hit the like button, share the video out. Y'all know we ain't been here since God was a child, and YouTube is not gonna do us no favor. Hit the goddamn like button, share the goddamn video out. YouTube ain't doing us no favors. Hey, DPG, I'm so glad that you are first in line, DPG. Lock Queen, hey, Lock Queen. Terrence, what's good, bruh? What is up? We got Lil Baby is here. Chef Don making an appearance from the ghetto. You know, he over there in the ghetto. In the ghetto. Hey, Chef Don. Ciao. Hey, Jason, what's good, bro? What is up, everybody? El Sid, yes, we are here, honey. We are here. Janae is here. The Informed. What is up, my guy? What is up? You all right? You been all right? Over there, down to the DMV, holding it down for me. Felicia, what's good, beautiful? We're glad to have you. Always good to see you, Felicia. Hey, Cassandra. So glad you're here. There go my girl from Chi-Town. All the way from Chi-Town. My girl Quintessential. Child, we're going to talk about Miss Murkowski. We're going to talk about her. Child. Hey, crazy homebody girl. You all right? Now, I'm back, crazy homebody girl. I am back. Now, I didn't say how long I was back. But I'm back. You got me today, crazy homebody girl. I missed you. Hey, Jay Parrish. We all right over here, Jay Parrish. We is all right. Cha. There she go. Mia MJ is in the building. We got Maggart, Demetria here, down to the Alabama. I told y'all Chef Don was gonna be swooping in from the ghetto over there. Not the Deuce Clubs regulated, child. I'm about to be with a bunch of Deuce Clubs when I go over to Phoenix. Hey, Green Girl. Hey, Volvo. Hey, Uncle Jay. Hey, Miss Baythang. Cha. Grr. Hey, Simera. Cha, I really did miss y'all, though. I really did miss y'all. Cha. Everybody got their shot for really be. Everybody got their shot. Harold. I can't even do my regular Harold greeting because my voice going, Harold. Harold. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Ronald is in the building. He just rolled off from on top of somebody's son or daddy. Aquarius, the only real sign is here. Not you here singing if only for one night. Don't do that, little baby. Don't do that. Ciao. Ciao. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Precious Jewel. And Candace F. And C. Ciao. Yeah. Tracy W. is in the building. Ciao. Aquarius, we gonna get to her, honey. Ciao. Ciao. Ain't the world been falling apart every time I go out of town? Shit, want to go to hell in the handbasket. Ravine, what's going on, beautiful? Ravine, is you ready to go to Washington, D.C. next week here? Is you ready for D.C.? Tanya, child, Tanya, if I could, Tanya, girl, Tanya. Oh, the stories I have to tell you, Tanya. Child, we'll get to it. I'll call you. Y'all, is we ready to get this party started? If y'all ready to get this party started. But before, put a 27 in the chat if you want to get ready to get this party started. We got to, before we do that, we got to take our shot for really be. But, so here's my question. Harold said, oh, we need palate cleansers to make it through the show today. I said, my people don't need no palate cleansers because we ain't built like that. We ain't no freaks over here. Ain't no damn freaks over here. We don't need no palate cleansers. My people are pure and chaste. And yes, the world is burning down and crashing down around us. But my people are pure and chaste. We don't need to see no ass and titties. We don't need to see menses and they muscles and shit. We don't need all of that. We ain't no freaks over here. And I said, well, I will only do it if the pupils want it. And I would like to think that that my pupils won't want to see all of that stuff. So y'all tell me, should I put palate cleansers in here for y'all, or should I leave them out? Because I know my people. Y'all ain't with that freaky ass shit like that. My people are pure and chaste. My boy Terrence over there, he don't want to see no ass and titties and shit. You got my girl, Miss Baythang over there, and Tanya. They don't want to see no men's and they muscles all bulging and shit. They not with that all freaky ass shit. Little baby is pure and chaste. Cha. They don't want to see all that freaky shit. So what y'all is telling me is that I need to have palate cleansers. I'm glad I prepared for you all because I know y'all. I'm glad I'm prepared. I think I got just enough to get us through. I had to take a phone call right before I came on. It was a long phone call. That's why I was late. So I think I have just enough to make it through the sugar spike segment. I think I have enough to make it through the sugar spike segment because I was doing some stuff. All right, we ready to take this really be shot before we get this party started? Are we ready to take this really be shot before we get the party started? Hey, Symmetry. No, I want a freak in the morning, a freak in the evening, just like me. I want a roughneck mother that can satisfy me just for me. Okay. Child. Even my girl Candace came by and say, baby, we need all the palace cleansers we can. Because we try to make it through. All right, y'all, we ready to take this shot. Make sure you put in the chat what you drinking. I'm drinking on that moonshine that I've been drinking already. That I drank for Harold's birthday. That was exactly a week ago today. So, anyway, let's do this. Up to it, down to it, whatever the hell they say, just do it. Ooh. Had to get the last little remnants out of there. Ooh, that's good, girl. 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 Ooh. Ooh. She's strong. She is strong. Child. Yeah. Anyway, now that we done got that out the way, not cherry infused baby oil. Come on, shot of red wine, strawberry kombucha. As you can probably imagine, we'll get to him today too. It's been a lot of foolishness today. And while I've been gone. Anyway, y'all, Larry, you should have a real good voice today. Now, you've been over there chilling for a week, Larry. Your voice should be pristine today. Yeah, it is extra strong. Anyway, and with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, oh yes, it is that time. I bring to you our good dear friend, the late great Larry Myers, to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Wow! You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave. His only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And wow! Shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Hold on, y'all. Go to the right place. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, Jesus God, these people. Just looking at these people. Larry, I need you again. Because looking at these people just made my nuts itch.
Oh, God. Wow! You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave. His only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And wow! Shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have alive.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Really B told me to tell y'all thank you. She said, tell everybody thank you. That's what Really B said for her birthday shot. We gonna see her later tonight. Hey, Sweet Pea. Hey, Terry. What's going on? So, now, believe it or not, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. I know everywhere on YouTube they is talk about Diddy. But let's be clear. Diddy getting off, Diddy not getting off can wait. Because whether or not Diddy is in jail is not going to significantly affect our lives. What will affect our lives is these bastards down to the DC. Those people are the people who will be affecting our lives. This one big, beautiful bill that they keep touting that's trying to make its way through the House now after getting through the Senate. That, my friends, is what is what is at the top of the agenda. Okay, this is top of the agenda, front of mind. This is our lead story. It's not Diddy. Let's be clear. We're not leading with Diddy. We are leading with what is going to affect us. Now, just yesterday, the one big beautiful bill passed by a vote of 51 to 50 in the Senate. Now, 3 Republicans voted no. Okay? That was Rand Paul, Susan Collins. Who was the 3rd Republican? Samira or somebody will remind me. I can't think off the top of my head which Republican it was. But it was 3 of them. Now, with 3 Republicans, senators voting no, that meant that the Senate was deadlocked at 50-50. It was deadlocked at 50-50, which meant that the vice president would have to cast the deciding vote. Of course, you know the vice president, Tom Tillis. Thank you. Thank y'all. Tom Tillis of North Carolina. Thank y'all. He was the he was the deciding vote. Thank you. I knew one of y'all would tell me because I couldn't remember. So you had Susan Collins of Maine, you had Rand Paul of Kentucky, and you had Tom Tillis of North Carolina, who voted no, which left us at 50-50. Now, Lisa Murkowski, who's always the okie doke, I don't know why people at this point expect her to do the right thing. The woman is a Republican through and through. And all of this, oh, she's centrist. Oh, she votes her conscience. No, the fuck she doesn't. Every time y'all think Lisa Murkowski is going to do the right thing, go look at her history. I'm surprised Susan Collins didn't vote for it because she don't stand on shit either. Neither her nor Lisa Murkowski. The woman is a hoe. She is. Sells herself to whomever. She ain't shit. She ain't shit now. She ain't never been shit. She won't be shit. And just got reelected in Alaska. So she, you know what? Let me let y'all hear her tell the story. Here it is in her own words. Lisa Murkowski.
Senator Paul said that that your vote was a bailout for Alaska at the expense of the rest of the country.
Oh my God.
That's what Senator Paul said.
Senator, we've got the
I didn't say it, ma'am. I'm just asking for your response.
My response is I have an obligation to the people of the state of Alaska, and I live up to that every single day. I fight for my state's interests, and I make sure that Alaskans are understood. I work hard to take care of a state that has more unique situations, more unique people, and it's just different. And so when people suggest that federal dollars go to one of our 50 states in a, quote, bailout, I find that offensive. I advocated for my state's interests. I will continue to do that, and I will make no excuses for doing that. Do I like this bill? No, because I tried to take care of Alaska's interests. But I know that in many parts of the country, there are Americans that are not going to be advantaged by this bill. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we moved through an artificial deadline, an artificial timeline to produce something to meet a deadline rather than to actually try to produce the best bill for the country. But when I saw the direction that this is going, you can either say, I don't like it, not try to help my state, or you can roll up your sleeves.
That bitch. I didn't have the clip, but there's also a clip of this whore talking about, oh, it's a bad bill, but I just believe that the House will fix it and send it back up here. Bitch, what? Like, just say what it is. Them people said, we'll give you an Alaska carve out, give y'all some extra change down to the Alaska, and you capitulated and said, fuck millions upon millions of Americans. I just want you to know that, Mrs. Murkowski, okay? But let's be clear. She ain't the only, it's a whole lot of people. Remember Josh Hawley, who ain't shit? He was over there, remember, a week or two ago? Oh, I can't support this bill because any cuts to Medicaid is a no for me because it will hurt the people of my state. I was just in your state for the last few days, Senator Hawley. And guess what's still in there and going to hurt the people of your state? The cuts to Medicaid and the cuts to SNAP that you said were non-negotiable, but you magically negotiated and capitulated and went straight hashtag Bohica and voted it up. Did like these people ain't shit. And right now, it's been sent back to the House. Hello, Ronald. Hello. Now, there's the question. Because if I'm somebody like Josh Hawley, I would be pissed off because you said something was non-negotiable and they didn't give a fuck and left the shit in there anyway. But they capitulated to the whims of Lisa Murkowski. Yes, the same Lisa Murkowski who y'all Republicans have dog walked all of the time because y'all said she's too much aligned with centrist Dems and y'all don't like her for that. But they put something in her there to appease her and didn't appease the rest of y'all. And y'all still voted for it. If I'm one of those Republicans, oh, I'm pissed the fuck off. Oh, I'd be going off. I'd be losing my fucking mind. Now, We do need a Bohica emoji. We do, Shay. I need to make one. But every time I have to make an emoji, that means one of the other emojis have to go away. Oh, they did. They absolutely did. And there's a provision in the bill that basically, in a nutshell, says that members of Trump's administration basically do not have to, cannot be held in contempt of court if they don't follow court orders. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm just saying. Now, the bill is working its way through the House. Now they don't call everybody was on vacation. These people were on vacation. They done summoned every member of the House back to Washington. They had to catch planes, trains, and automobiles all night long so that they could be back for the vote today. Right? Members of the House are like, yeah, we're not doing this. They were like, Tom Massey said, oh, I got 10 people right now that's already a no vote. So unless y'all change some shit, this ain't happening. If the Republicans in the House make changes to this bill and vote on it, your president wants a July 4th deadline on this. He wants this voted by Friday. If they go and make any change to appease or capitulate those hard-nosed Republicans, then it has to go back to the Senate for them to vote again. Newsflash, the Senate is out on vacation for July 4th holiday and probably won't return until next week at the earliest. So there goes your July 4th deadline. The Senate had even more cuts to Medicaid and SNAP than the House version of the bill did. The Senate's version of the bill was worse than the House version of the bill. Uh-huh. So now, where are we? We're here. The Senate's version added more to the deficit, which pissed off the conservative Freedom Caucus Republicans, who said that the House version went too far, but still reluctantly voted for it. And when the Senate bill went even further to add to the deficit, they were like, hell no. Hell no. I ain't got nothing to do with it. They had the Freedom Caucus mosey on down to the White House to talk to y'all's president because I guess they thought that y'all's president would I guess they thought y'all president would be able to get these people to go along to get along, threaten them and stuff. They were like, no means no and yes means no. So here we are. Here we are. Now, do I believe that inevitably this bill will pass? I do. Absolutely. Are they going to probably have to make some changes? Probably. Will they meet the July 4th deadline? Probably not. I'm just saying. Hey, tacos and tequila. I don't believe that they will meet their deadline of July 4th because I think they're going to have to make some changes to the bill before it's finally voted on. But do I believe the bill will be voted up? Yes. Are we going to have significant cuts to SNAP, Medicaid? Will they keep provisions in there that allows the federal government and Trump, members of the Trump administration to be able to not follow court orders? Yes. Are they giving King like exceptions to to the Constitution and the laws to this man? Yes. Are they abdicating their own authority and giving it to this man? They absolutely are, because this is their God King. Hey, Savon, I'm glad to be back. This is their God King. Now, like I said, I do not believe they will make the July 4th deadline. I think they're going to have to make some changes to this bill and then send it back to the Senate. And then they're not going to meet their deadline. But the bill will pass. The bill is absolutely going to pass. Let me get some high chews. Somebody put in the members only chat. This new bag of high chews. I got to go find it. I don't know where it's at, but I got to go find those high chews that I saw in the members only chat. But yeah, this is happening. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I don't like the Dems on any of this. You want to know why, tacos and tequila? Because there are things procedurally that they could do to slow a lot of this stuff down. There are some things procedurally in both the House and the Senate that the leadership of the House on the Democratic side and the leadership of the Senate of the Democrats on Senate side can do to try to slow this down, and the leadership is feckless. They want to get on screen and have mild-mannered and measured responses to what's going on, all the while American citizens are going to die, and they don't seem to have a sense of urgency. They don't have a sense of urgency. There's no fucking sense. We are over here witnessing the house burning down, all the while Democratic leadership is like, oh, there seems to be a house on fire. Perhaps we should do something about that. Doesn't look like we can do anything about that. I guess we just sit it here, sit in the house, and watch it all burn down. Hey, Liz, go. I'm glad to be back with Liz Go. Shy. They never use their leverage. And like I told y'all, we went through some stuff a couple weeks back that the Democrats could do on the Senate side to procedurally to thwart a lot of stuff. They're just not doing it. There are also procedural things that the Dems could do on the House side that could shut shit down. They don't want to do it. You want to know why? Because they stand on this whole, well, if we do it now when they're in power, they could do it when we're in power. They always do it when you're in power. They're not afraid to go nuclear. You bitches are afraid to go nuclear. They're not afraid to do it. I just don't understand why these people refuse to try to do everything in their power to save their constituents, to save American lives and people. They just don't give a fuck. They don't. And it's so apparent. They have no sense of urgency. None at all. They are ashamed. Absolutely complicit. Exactly, DPG. I don't listen. while the Diddy story is sensationalizing and titillating for people, what people don't realize is going on in Washington D.C. and frankly seem not to care about is going to affect the lives of tens of millions of Americans. And there are a lot of people that could actually lose their life because of this bill. That might be what the history books say. That might be the story that the history books write. So that's what I'm going to get there, Cymera. Don't worry. Hey, E Starkey, what's going on? But yes. So I had to start with that. Let me just check. There were some procedural votes that they were doing, but as of right now, the last thing that I see on all of my big crawls with all of the major wires, it's still a no. There's still several Republicans. All they need is 4 Republicans to vote no. If four Republicans say vote it down, then it won't pass. And they have more than 4 at this point. And as of right now, they still have more than 4. Last thing I checked, yep, they still have quite a few Republicans that are no votes as I'm looking. Yep. So, yeah, I'll keep y'all posted as that goes. Probably at any moment while we're on here, they're probably going to have they're supposed to have um a decision on the whether or not to release Diddy. I think that was supposed to be at 5 p.m. Eastern today. The judge was supposed to make a decision on that. So that'll probably happen while we're live. And if it does, when we get to the Diddy story, we'll report on it then. All right. Next story. Oh, we have palate cleansers. I'm sorry. We have palate cleansers. Let me hurry up and rush past the palate cleansers because I know y'all don't want to see this shit. Don't nobody want to see this. We don't come over here, L. Teddy, to be looking at no damn palate cleansers. We came here for the damn news, and now you got titties and hips and ass and shit. Men with dreads and muscles and shit. We don't come over here for this, L. Teddy. What we come over here for is to get informed of what's going on in the news. I apologize, y'all. I'm not going to keep showing this shit. The pupils don't come over here for all this freaky ass shit. They come over here to get good news and to get real substantive breakdowns of the political news of the day. Keep this shit off the goddamn screen, L. Teddy. We're moving on. We gotta be showing this freaky ass shit. In other news, in other sugar spiky news. Oh, child. I'm struggling to keep this voice, y'all. I'm struggling. Mm. Mm. Now, yesterday, oh, child. Right, and wash tubs and shit. Oh. Child. Now we might as well go back. We don't want to see these hoes. I'm trying to suck down this damn candy so it can help lubricate my throat. But this good throat is hurting, honey. Hurting. Mm. Mm. Oh, child. All right. So I know hey lovely 31 Blueprint, what's going on, boo? We don't have a teacher project 2.0 today. Don't worry about all that, Ronald. All that Ronald. Cha. Worry about what's going on in my good throat. Anyway, that woman would be your education secretary, Linda McMahon. Now, yesterday was July 1st. For just about every school district across the country, the fiscal year for school districts is July 1st. I think there's less school districts in the country. What that means is allocations of funding from the federal government starts happening at that point to states around the country. Well, the current administration is now withholding 6.8 billion with the B dollars in federal education grants to K through 12 schools all over the country. Let me read this to you. The Trump administration announced Monday that it was withholding $6.8 billion in previously approved federal education grants to schools. The announcement came a day before the July 1st deadline, when those funds have traditionally been dispersed and will likely impact school districts' plans for the fall. In messages sent to state education officials, the U.S. Education Department said, quote, given the change in administrations, the department is reviewing the fiscal year 2025 funding for the Title 1C, Title 2A, Title 3A, Title 4A, and Title 4B grant programs, and decisions have not yet been made concerning submissions and awards for this upcoming year. The message, which was shared with news outlets, including with several news outlets, including the School Superintendents Association, said grant money would not go out, quote, prior to completing that review, end of quote. Now, the Tara Thomas, who's the government affairs manager of the School Superintendents Association, which is the American Association of School Superintendents, AASA, she said, quote, this is definitely unprecedented to my knowledge. And it is. You do not have federal government saying they're withholding money on the day before, on June 30th, because they know July 1st that the monies have to go out. The other part is this money is not allocated by the executive branch. The money is allocated by Congress, appropriated by Congress, signed off by Congress. So what that then means is this money was decided in the last Congress. So this current Congress nor this current administration can say, oh, well, we're just not going to pay it out. That would be illegal. The only loophole is if the executive branch says that they are reviewing the grant, the disbursements of the grants. If they claim they're reviewing the disbursements of the grants, then they can withhold money while it's in review. That is a legal loophole. Now, many have said that they're doing this because they know that there are things in the big beautiful bill that also restrict monies that go out to K through 12 schools from the federal government. So they're slashing the education budget as well in this one big beautiful bill, and that's not being talked about at all. You hear a lot about SNAP, you hear a lot about Medicaid, you hear little to nothing about the fact that this same bill is stripping money from the Department of Education. And what they're trying to do is They're trying to play the game where they're trying to see if they can wait it out. Now, that $6.8 billion, some of it, 2.2 billion of that is money allocated for professional development for teachers and administrators. They're saying they don't plan to give that outright because they know a lot of the professional developments speak to and deal with subject matters surrounding DEI. And their justification for not having to send that out is because there is subject matter surrounding DEI. There's also several $billion for after school programs that will no longer, if these monies don't go out, will not be funded. So that means that those parents that depend on students having after school programs, those funds are going to be those funds are not going to be there. And unless school districts already had discretionary funding to pay for it, it's gone. It's gone. Now, the main portions of Title I have not been touched, but there's but experts are saying from within the Department of Education are saying just keep they're trying to get this through first, and then the next thing they'll do is go after Title I. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This the funding also another portion of the funding also covers funding for enrichment programs that cover field trips, that covers some payment for school programs around the arts and things like that. Those are also being cut as well. So they're not going to talk about this loudly, so I will. So now your federal government is slashing and cutting budgets to every school district around the country. Mm-hmm. Here we are. We're not just gonna keep doing this. I told you, L. Teddy, this is not what the people want to see. The people are not here for that. Let's get on to the next story, L. Teddy, because the people are here to get the news. You can keep all of this freaky shit out the goddamn dossier, because the people are here to get the news. They're not here for this shit. My good pupil Candace F is over there looking for news. She not over here looking for this shit. Diamond Pearl Jim is over here rolling her eyes at me. She don't want to see this shit. She trying to get the news. I'm just tacos and tequila did not come over here for this. Girl, I'm sorry, Shay. I didn't mean to show all of this stuff. Blame Harold. Harold is the one who had us with palate cleansers. Moving on. In more news. Well, here's another capitulation. Here's another hashtag Bohica moment. This shit pissed me off. But what do I expect? It's mainstream media. So, Paramount, which owns CBS, the same CBS News that has 60 Minutes, they're going full Bohica. So, the Trump administration, hey, Nicole M. Look at Ravine. Look at her. Look at Ravine. Girl. Cha. Not you too, Shay. Say it ain't so, Shay. Say it ain't so. Anyway, we have a dossier to get through, y'all. I don't have time to be looking at ass and titties and muscles and shit. back to what I was saying. Paramount, which owns CBS News, which has 60 Minutes, they were sued by Donald Trump for $10 billion with a B dollars. They filed a lawsuit for $10 billion with a B dollars against CBS News because of a 60-minute interview with Kamala Harris that he did not like. He claimed that they edited it to make her look better and make him look bad, and then come to find out they put the raw footage out. It was not edited the way he said it was. So because he didn't like a Kamala Harris interview, this is where we are now, people. Because the current administration did not like an interview with their political opponent, they have sued an entire news agency. Paramount Plus basically put shackles on 60 Minutes, which is why the producer of 60 Minutes, and we reported that over here, he quit. He resigned. The president of CBS News also resigned because they said they're not here for capitulating to this administration. Paramount is capitulating because they have an $8.4 billion merger that they're trying to get done. It has to be approved by the FCC. And since Trump and his sycophants and acolytes have been assigned to all of these agencies are no longer doing what they were created to do. You have an FCC, instead of going by the rule of law, going by the standards and policies and procedures that are in place to guide the federal communications commissions. What they're doing now is saying, if we don't like it and we don't agree with it, we're not going to allow anything to go through. So because Paramount, y'all want to get this merger done, we don't give a shit about the merits of the merger. We give a shit about the fact that you are not a propaganda organization anymore, just funneling out the news that we want you to give. So until you turn into another Fox News, we're not going to approve your merger. And so what they decided to do was, because the Trump administration knew there was not an ice cream chance in hell of them seeing a single fucking dime of $10 billion. But because Paramount and their C-suites are afraid that this $8 billion merger won't go through, because he's now blackmailing media outlets if they don't bend to his whims, they decided that they were going to just give him $16 million for free. Oh, here's $16 million. And we also got all of those, those producers and presidents of CBS. We got them to resign. You don't even have to worry about them anymore. That's what we have going on. Here we are. I'm just saying. It absolutely was a bribe. It absolutely was a bribe. And the fact that we have this type of control and bribery going on all throughout, because it ain't just with the FCC. You go over there and look at the shit that they're trying to get through the SEC, the Security Exchange Commissions, and see the fucking shit over there. And nobody in Congress or Capitol Hill is putting this on the floor. Nobody's ringing the alarms. Nobody's saying anything. And here we are. We're just going to just let it go, right? Here we are. Here the fuck we are. So now, freedom of the press as we know it is gone. And I don't know that it will ever go back to where it was. We have all of the major networks basically telling anybody that is loud and vocal about their dissent or about their issues with what this government is doing, anyone that speaks truth to power, they're either being summarily fired or forced to resign. This is what we have going on, which is why we have to support independent media like this. Support your boy. Anyway, but yeah, I definitely had to bring that to y'all attention because that is gross. What's going on with this? Now remember, ABC did the same thing. ABC did the same thing because George Stephanopoulos, Trump didn't like something that George Stephanopoulos reported, and ABC ended up, what did they pay? It was either 15 million or 30 million they paid to him because he sued them for like $1 billion or so dollars. And they capitulated to him. These people are willfully and preemptively going straight Bohica. Hey, Danny. I don't think she's gonna have much of a choice much longer. Tacos and tequila. She's not gonna have much of a choice. She will be silenced. I'm just being honest. And you'll give raggedy ass, fuck bitch ass hoes like Caroline Levitt more of a microphone. That bitch ain't shit. Let me move on before I lose my mind. See another palate cleanser. Might help me make it through. Lord. It's a lot of chocolatey goodness over there. Anyway, moving on. Alligator Alcatraz is open for business. They have merch if you need it. If you should need it, you could go buy Alligator Alcatraz shirts and hats and shit. They have merch. Now, I retweeted, not retweeted, I put up on my Instagram story a quote, and it was so fitting. And the quote said, "These bitches built this alligator Alcatraz in 8 days. 8 days, they found a way to put up these encampments and house alleged undocumented immigrants." Because and the reason I'm saying alleged is because we've been seeing it ain't people that's undocumented. Most of the people that they are picking up are documented here legally and should not be snatched up. Some of whom are also American citizens. I'm just saying. So now they built this, but they could do that in 8 days, but can't find a way to deal with homelessness. That's real funny. Mind you, I hope this shit is gonna have some. These are tents. These aren't even brick and mortar buildings. These are big ass tents and shit. Right? This is in the middle of the fucking Everglades in Florida that you have built in fucking hurricane season. One, this shit is in the middle of the summer in Florida. And if you're going to have some tents out there, you could have people in triple digit weather in these fucking tents dying of heat stroke. That's one. Unless you have some advanced air conditioner system funneling through this goddamn these goddamn tents, because having them in the middle of the Everglades in this kind of heat is inhumane, to say the least. But what do you do when the next category 4 or 5 hurricane rolls through there? Where are you going to put these people? Let's make sense of that. I'm going to ask again. Where the fuck are you going to put all of these people that you are putting down to this alligator Alcatraz? Now, what they did was there's an airstrip in the middle of the Everglades, right? They done turned this airstrip into this detention camp, concentration camp. Now they said they were on track to open with 5,000 beds. Where are you gonna put all of these people? Now this is in southern Florida, and the airstrip is over there on the west part of Miami-Dade County and the eastern part of Collier County. That's where it is. So it's right there on the edge of both of those. You go down Alligator Alley to get there. But my point is, where y'all gonna put these people? Because even if a tropical storm rolled through there, you cannot have people in a fucking tent during a tropical storm. No, it's not Homestead. No, it's not Homestead. It's literally in the middle of the Everglades, Miss Shorty B. You have to literally go down Alligator Alley and take I forgot which exit it is. I know which exit it is. I forgot which number the exit is. But you, if you've ever gone down Alligator Alley, it's not just a straight shot. It is a straight shot highway, but there are exits that you can get off of in the middle of the Everglades. Not a lot, but there, maybe about 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6 exits before you get over to like Fort Myers area. So because Alligator Alley starts on Broward County, goes all the way straight west, direct west toward Fort Myers area. And there are exits that you can get off. These exits go in the middle of the Everglades, but there are some exits because they have some, there's different federal buildings, different state buildings out in the middle of the Everglades. And so one of them is exits leads to this landing strip, but it's not Homestead. Anyway, yeah, Alligator Alley is no joke. Now, I was looking at pictures today. The place is already flooded. This is the middle of the fucking Everglades. And if you know anything about Florida topography, the way Florida is built where Lake Okeechobee, which is a huge lake sitting in the middle of Florida, every year floods. So the second half of the year, the way Florida is built, the entire southern part of the state is just marsh and wetlands. That's just the Everglades. That's it. So you have a quick rain shower, it's flooding. So now they have this concentration camp that's basically going to be underwater all the time because it rains every day in Florida, every single day. Every single day without fail. I'm just trying to make sense of the nonsensical. But they were down there touting alligator Alcatraz. Now they're saying that they could deputize members of the National Guard and make them immigration judges. This is what they're saying. That they could deputize members of the National Guard and make them immigration judges. I'm not a legal expert, but in my estimation, I'm trying to figure out how any of that is legal. I'm really trying to understand that. They have these people called National Guard judge advocates, and and Governor death sentence Ron DeSantis says that he wants to deputize them and make them have them to serve as immigration judges. I'm trying to figure this out, y'all, because we're just doing any the fuck thing at this point. We're just doing any the fuck thing at this point. They have basically said, hey, Nay, you're right. This is a death camp. They basically said, we don't need that much security. We just need somebody to cut the lights on and off every now and again. If a python rolls through there and takes one of their asses out, well, these things happen. An alligator rolled through there, takes one of them out. There are Panthers, Florida Panthers, that also live in the Everglades. You know, a random Florida Panther roll through there and take one of them out. I mean, who gives a damn? Because in their estimation, these are not real people. They don't see the humanity in anyone that doesn't have the 5 infinity stones. White, male, Christian, heterosexual, and rich. If you don't have all 5 infinity stones, you are not human to them. They do not see any humanity in you. Karen D say nothing is legal. We don't give the alleged party of law and order, as you can see, don't give a damn about law and order. They don't give a rat's ass. They don't give a rat's ass. Matter of fact, I know exactly what they are, Terrence, but what my point is, I don't think that they can be immigration judges. I don't think that that's legal at all. Nobody's going to tell them that, but I don't think that's legal. Terrence, we're already there. We are already at third world country status. We're already there. Think about, I want all of y'all to go back. Those are people who are old enough and you were born with maybe a 19 in front of your date of birth, 19 something. You ain't even got to go that far back. But if you got 19 something in your date of birth, you can probably remember the very few times you watched the news, and you would see them talking about international news, and you would see stuff they would talk about in third world countries, and you'd be like, oh, damn, they doing all that? And now everything that we see happening in our own country today mirrors the things that we used to look and cringe about and hear about from third world countries when we were growing up, and now we're here. Hey, Catherine Powell. We're living in a fucking third world country. But Like you said, Terrence, or I think that was Nay that said that this shit was designed to get people killed. Let's just be clear about it. This shit is designed to get people killed. They ain't even moved nobody in there yet. The shit is already flooded out. You have to know, first of all, the landing strip that they're using to build this on is not built for it was a landing strip that's built for like trainings and things like that. It's not built for, it's not a landing strip built for commercial aircraft, or even passenger aircraft or anything like that. It's not built for any of that. It's not built for private commuter jets or anything like that. It was built literally just for the purpose of trainings and things like that. Because this is in the middle of the Everglades, where the Everglades floods a lot. I mean, the Everglades is nothing but marshland and water. The whole southern half of Florida, if you go back before they started building it up to build cities, was all water. It was. And they had to build levees and dams around, and dikes and dams around Lake Okeechobee to keep it from flooding like it's supposed to every year. So these are death camps. Let's be clear. They're going to put all of these people there, and these people are going to die. Yeah, they say they're making more of them. They're talking about building another one on the northern part of the state, close to Jacksonville, outside of Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. And you already know Governor Hot Wheels, Greg Abbott, is itching to have something like this. Itching. And you know that shit for them gonna be in the middle of that goddamn hot ass Texas sun. A death trap. Disney World, yeah, it was kind of a swamp. The problem with Disney World is Orlando area is not far enough north, so it would that area was swampland too, because it's not far enough north of Lake Okeechobee where it wouldn't flood out all the time. You have to go as far north, like when it stops doing a lot of the flooding is like Polk County, where you have Palatka and stuff like that. That's where it would stop flooding. But the whole bottom part of the state, the peninsula, about 80% of the peninsula every year would flood because of Lake Okeechobee. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, Diamond Pearl Jim, here we are, but they're selling t-shirts and merch and hats and shit. Go get your Alcatraz, alligator Alcatraz merch. These death camps. And please be clear, like I say all the time, when they build it for one, they're building it for all of the marginalized people. Because you think they're just going to stop at putting making these ICE detention centers. Once they're in federal government control, they're going to start using these for American citizens when they go to jail and they go to federal prisons. He's already talked about shipping away American citizens if they end up in prison, in federal prison. You think they won't try to put them in one of these death camps? Mind you, we live in a country that has a very high percentage of people in prison for no reason, of people in federal prison that are actually innocent. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. Alligator Alcatraz if you need it. Oh, sir. Sir, what is this right here, sir? Right here. Right there, sir. What is all of that, sir? What the fuck? Sir, what's going on in these gray sweatpants, sir? The people don't come over here to see this. The people did not come here for this, sir. Listen, Terrence is not trying to look at this lady and her big booty. He's not trying to look at this woman. Hey, Montrez, what's good, bro? You see what they got me showing on here, Montrez? All of this foolishness. Just saying. Hey, TJ, what's good, boo? We ain't trying to see all of this. We got to move on. Do we have to? Yeah. Moving on. In more immigration news, while I was out, a federal judge has ruled yesterday that the Trump administration cannot cut off legal status and work permits for hundreds of thousands of Haitian migrants this fall. The ruling by Brooklyn-based U.S. District Judge Brian Cogan, who was nominated by former President George W. Bush in 2006, prevents Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem from following through on a plan to revoke temporary protective status, or TPS, of Haitians living in the U.S. under the program on September 3rd, a few months before their status was set to expire under a Biden-era deadline. Nearly 350,000 people from Haiti are currently enrolled in the TPS program, which allows migrants to remain in the U.S. if their home country is unsafe due to war or natural disaster. The federal government first granted TPS designation to Haiti in 2010, and the Biden administration extended it for Haitian migrants until February of 2026. Department of Homeland Security, Homeland Security, DHS, announced Friday that benefits will instead end in September, and unless migrants qualify for some other form of legal status, they will lose their right to work and may face deportation. In the judge's ruling, Judge Hogan sided with the group of Haitian migrants who sued over the end of TPS for the Caribbean nation. The judge wrote that Secretary Noem, quote, does not have statutory or inherent authority to partially vacate a country's TPS designation, end of quote. The judge also went on to say that she, quote, cannot reconsider Haiti's TPS designation in a way that takes effect before February 3rd, 2023, the expiration of the most recent previous extension. Plaintiffs have enrolled in schools, taken jobs, and begun courses of medical treatment in the United States in reliance on Haiti's TPS designation, lasting until at least February 3rd, 2023. End of quote. And all of that was in the judge's ruling. Of course, you know the White House immediately appealed. Immediately. They're appealing. So we'll monitor. Listen, please be clear. They're going to do everything they can to, just like they're shipping away Hispanic and Latinx immigrants, legal or illegal. They're trying to do the same thing with Haitian immigrants as well. They are. Now, right, TJ, they're doing everything they can to deport Haitians. And just like they're snatching up anybody that looks Hispanic and trying to have them deported, even when they are U.S. citizens, you think they're not going to just start snatching up black folk and say, "Oh, we don't know if you Haitian or not." You think they're not going to do that? I'm just saying. Do you really think they're not going to try to snatch up black folk and say, "We don't know if you're a citizen or not. You could be Haitian." Especially if you live in cities like Miami, New York, parts of Ohio, different areas that have huge Haitian populations. I saw a video on social media over the weekend where they tried to snatch up a Haitian man in a neighborhood and they weren't with it. I don't know what y'all think this is. The Haitian community is not about that life. You're not just gonna roll up on Haitian people in their community and think you're gonna start snatching them up. Baby, they're not built like that. You do realize what runs through the blood of Haitian people. The blood of Haitian people has coursing through it the blood of the first black people in the Western Hemisphere that got their freedom as a nation. You ain't just gonna just roll up on them and think you finna snatch them up and don't think the whole neighborhood is not gonna swarm. Y'all rolling up on people with no identification, no uniforms, no badges. Y'all got on masks, and for all we know, you're another gang or some. You're a gang or some shit, baby. I watched the video, and they was giving them ICE people all they could handle and forced them to leave. They weren't here for it. You do know the story of Toussaint Louverture. You do know that story, right? You do know the story of Toussaint Louverture. I just hope you know that. They don't know about them Zoes. They don't know, Terry. They do not know about them Zoes. They're not the ones to play with. They're you might see them protesting, but they do more than protest. They will fight. I promise you, they are not the smoke you want. Y'all better leave them Asian people alone. That is not the people that you want to roll up on with a problem because they will let you know a few things. They will. Some of the hardest working people and greatest people I've met in my life. But fuck with them, and they'll let you know a few things. Yeah, they'll let you know a few things. Will. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to tell you what I know. Child. Girl, what's a Zoe? A Zoe is a term that we use for Haitian people. hmm So when you hear somebody say I'm a Zoe, that means that they're Haitian. They have whole songs about it. hmm Yeah. So when you hear somebody say that, oh, that's a Zoe, that means they're Haitian. Like the Haitian, like late 80s, when you had the Papa Doc, Baby Doc situations, and a lot of Haitians migrated here late to Miami, I should say, in the late 80s, we had the explosion of this gang called Zopound. And Zopound was a gang that ravaged the cocaine cowboys. The part of the story of the cocaine cowboys in Miami that you don't hear, the real reason why the cocaine cowboys situation, the cocaine industry in Miami got shut down was because when Zopound came over and started to take over the drugs, and started to really wreak havoc in Miami, and mess with some of the established gangs and drug lords in Miami. They didn't realize that the people that was already in the Black Americans that was in Miami had deals, Griselda and all of them. They had deals with the Miami Police Department. Y'all make sure y'all give us our cut. We'll leave y'all the fuck alone. We'll act like we're trying to, fight crime, but as long as our money keep coming, we good. When Zopound came over late 80s and then another wave of them came early 90s, Zopound wanted to just take over. Like Zopound was cutting people's heads off and putting their heads on their mother's porch. Like that's the kind of shit they were doing when they came over here. And they did not want to do the same thing that the established drug gangs and stuff were doing, like paying off the politicians and the police department. So when the police department stopped getting that money, and they were like, well, you got to talk to Zopound people. They done took our whole territory. That's when they started to say, yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of this stuff. So that's when you start to see much more federal government in Miami, and they started to shut all of that down. And this all happened late 80s, early 90s. Yep. Listen, they always have one. Do play around. Just saying. Ciao. Anyway, but yeah, the judge said, yeah, you can't just send them people back. Sorry. You have to wait till the deadline. They're appealing to the Supreme Court, I'm sure. Here we go again. Let me hurry up and go to the next story because we don't have time for palate cleanses. It's just getting in the way of us getting to our stories. And I got things to go get through. This just slowing down today's broadcast. Just saying. Oh, ain't no more in here. Oh. Moving on. I had I forgot who it was now, but somebody asked me to explain what this birthright citizenship ruling was. So I'll take a few moments here, not a long time, but I'll take a few moments here and just explain that to some people, because I had somebody sent me a comment and say they wanted to get more explanation about the birthright citizenship and what this means. And just as to provide clarity on the Supreme Court's ruling. The Supreme Court did not rule down birthright citizenship. That is not what happened. What the Supreme Court did was the Supreme Court's adjudication said that a federal judge cannot invoke a nationwide injunction because of birthright citizenship. Now, the birthright citizen case is still working its way through the judicial system. So that case has not been fully decided yet. The Supreme Court simply said a judge does not have the right to invoke a nationwide injunction on that, or a judge does not have the right to stop all cases involving birthright citizenship across the country until a final adjudication. When a judge gives an injunction, what the judge says is, listen, this case is in the process of the adjudication process and working its way through the criminal justice system or the judicial system. While it's doing that, I will give an injunction, and they can't, the Trump administration or whichever entity, you're not allowed to do what the plaintiffs said that you have done to them until we get an official adjudication on this. So what that means is this: the Supreme Court ruling said that a judge can only give an injunction on the people, on the litigants in that case. So he could only give an injunction on the people that presented the lawsuit. So essentially, yeah, you could do an injunction on these 5 people who put the case before the courts to stop the Trump administration from violating birthright citizenship. But anybody else that they did it to, it's free reign, at least until we have an official adjudication. So right now, since birthright citizenship is in the courts, if the Trump administration wants to ship out a child that was born here in America, they can absolutely deport them, unless that child or their parents or somebody representing them then had the money to file a lawsuit arguing birthright citizenship. But if they don't have the money for a lawyer and to file a lawsuit against, Quake, against the Trump administration or the federal government, then there's nothing that they can do now. So what the federal judge did initially was he said, oh, y'all have a case before my court on birthright citizenship. Well, I'm going to do a nationwide injunction because I see that the Trump administration is trying to nilly-willy deport actual U.S. citizens born here while they're contesting birthright citizenship. So I'm going to do a nationwide injunction and saying, until there's a ruling, you can't do it to anyone. And the Supreme Court says, yeah, we're going to do away with that. It only applies to the litigants of that case. You can only do an injunction for the litigants of that case. So it's still open season throughout the country. So what you're doing is you set a precedent where now the Trump administration can willfully violate the Constitution knowingly and willfully. And then it becomes that person or citizen's job to then have enough money and go to court and have it litigated. And then even then, only the people that had the money to go to court for this are able to have that injunction applied to them. Actually, in the case of the birthright citizenship, it's not whole states, it's whole states attached themselves to it, but the original litigants were, I think it was like 4 or 5 actual literal people that so the Supreme Court ruling said only the actual litigants, and that does not include like a whole state. So yeah. So just to explain, we still the Supreme Court did not say birthright citizenship isn't a thing. That's not before the Supreme Court. What was before the Supreme Court was the ability for a federal judge to enact a nationwide injunction on that. Now, the Trump administration is not going to stop at birthright citizenship. What the Trump administration is going to do is say, anytime something comes before a court, that federal judge, they're going to argue that that federal judge does not have the authority or legal right to enact a nationwide injunction. And that'll be on anything. And they know that 98% of Americans, just generally, we ain't out there with money out there like that. Like, oh, anytime you violate my my constitutional rights, now I have to go to court to prove that you violated my constitutional rights, a right that is written in the fucking Constitution. Birthright citizenship is there. If birthright citizenship goes away, it affects anyone. His own damn children, technically, all should be deported if that's the case. Because all of his children, with except for Tiffany, all of their moms are not U.S. Were not born here in the U.S. Ivana Trump was not born here. Melania Trump was not born here. The only one who has a mother that was born here is Tiffany. She's the only one. SCOTUS taking the power for them. They are. And you know what they want? They wanted to get to SCOTUS because they've already lined the SCOTUS up with people ready and willing to do their bidding. Ready and willing. Yes, thank you for the super chat, The Informed. Thank you. When I see you, I'm gonna have to give you a kiss for the super chat. You know, The Informed don't like he don't show his face. He's a nice piece of dark chocolate over there. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go over there and try and kiss The Informed and might get mollywop. I might go over there and try and give The Informed a kiss and might get a whole ass beat down. He might have a whole ass man over there that's gonna foot me up. See, I can't be doing that. I don't remember. She might be. I don't remember. I don't hear a lot about his mammy that shitted him out. I hear a lot about his dad, but I don't know enough about his mammy who shitted his ass out to know whether or not she was an immigrant or not. I probably should. Oh, we'll get there, Cymera. We're almost there. Really, you still doing this, L Teddy? You still over here showing this woman with all this ass and titties, this man with this 8-pack over here and shit? Just saying. Let me pull up the next story while y'all are gazing at this. What you know what? I tell y'all be reading my mind. Diamond Pearl Jim, you literally helped me introduce the next story, which was Zora Mamdani. Now, a lot of y'all gonna say I don't live in goddamn New York City, El Teddy. I don't give a damn about Zora Mamdani. I have to bring some of these cases to y'all because when they start doing this stuff to one, it happens to all. You know these people are copycats. Now, we know last week Zora Mamdani won the Democratic primary for the New York City mayoral election. Let me start with the fucking Democrats. You have Hakeem Jeffries, minority leader of the House, highest ranking Democrat in the House of Representatives, right? On record, on camera, in interviews saying, oh, I'm not endorsing him. I don't know him. That's literally what Hakeem Jeffries said. I don't have the video, but that's literally what he said. Oh, I can't endorse him yet. I don't know him. You know how many people Hakeem Jeffries have endorsed and did not know? But because they had the letter D in front of their name, he endorsed them. And now all of a sudden, it's about, oh, I don't know him, so I can't endorse him. He has a D in front of his name as well. You, Hakeem Jeffrey, a black man that sees this level of racism and bigotry all the time. And you have a young man who was legally and democratically and by a large margin voted in as the representative of the Democratic Party. You are one of the highest ranking Democrats in these yet to be United States of America. And now you are saying, I cannot endorse him because I don't know him. I'm just trying to make sure that y'all see what I'm seeing. You have the fucking junior senator of New York, Kirsten Gillibrand, that bitch, she out here, now she's on an apology tour because she's going straight Islamophobia, which she referenced global jihad when referring to fucking Mamdani. She inappropriately and wrongfully said that he promoted global and had references to a global jihad, which was not true, and which you did to fear monger these people. It's xenophobic, it's racist as hell, it's xenophobic as hell, it's Islamophobic as hell. This is what we have going on, y'all. I ain't even got to Trump yet. This is the fucking Democratic Party. What have I been telling y'all? These people are the okie doke. These people are the fucking okie doke. I told y'all, the Democratic establishment has a problem anytime the American people say, we are here for progressives. The Democratic Party and their establishment do not want any parts of a progressive. But what they fail to realize is the people are starting to finally wake up and see, we got to primary you whores. We got to stop voting for the same old fucking establishment, go along to get along as Dems. They are upset because he has what they seem to be radical policies, because he's not going along. Because let's be clear, the Republican Party is not the only party trying to make sure that billionaires get breaks. The Democrat, newsflash, the Democratic Party, especially the establishment Democratic Party, absolutely wants billionaires and major conglomerates and companies to also get tax breaks and to also get favorable laws. Why? Because their pockets are lined. Their pockets are lined with money from these same billionaires. The same billionaires that give money to the fucking Republican Party are some of the same billionaires that give money to the fucking Democratic Party. The same major corporations and conglomerates that gave money to Trump and the Republican Party are some of the same ones that gave money to members of the establishment Democrats. And progressives and people like Mamdani could interrupt all of that. You want to know what one of the major contentions that the Democrat, I ain't even got to Republicans yet, I'm just talking Democrat. You know what their issue is? With one of Mamdani's issues is the fact that he wants to raise taxes on billionaires. And you have Democratic people that are saying, oh, we can't stand to lose our billionaires and our major companies. Damn the poor. Damn the working class. I thought you were the party of the working class and the poor people, but you don't give a damn. You are here to also protect the interest of billionaires and these major corporations that are making money by the billions hand over fist. at the expense of the same alleged working class and the same alleged poor people that you always tout that you give a damn about. Oh, you already know, you knew that was coming, Ronald. So you have literal Democrats working overtime to enact their own amount of Islamophobia, to enact their own amount of racism within their party. Which is why, if you notice this platform right here, this platform, you know what I've never done on this platform? You've never heard me ridicule people who said they have protest votes because of Gaza and Palestine. You've never heard me speak ill of anybody on the left that said I may I may not vote, or I may vote for a third party because of how this country treats the citizens of Gaza and the genocide over there. And now it ain't just what's going over across the globe in Gaza. We're seeing it in real time in this country. The man is an actual U.S. citizen, and members of his own party are trying to paint him as a jihadist to benefit billionaires. And I ain't even got to the Republican side yet. I'm simply discussing the fucking Democrats. Let me also say this fucking Democratic Party. Hakeem Jeffries, Kirsten Gillibrand, Chuck Schumer, all you establishment Dems over there, you fuck ass bitches. Y'all got more smoke for Mamdani, who's an actual Democrat voted by Democratic constituents, than you have for the president. I just want y'all to see what's going on here. They have more smoke for this man because he's a progressive than they do for Donald Trump and his entire administration. They are willing to fight, throw it all out, right? They've gone straight racist, straight xenophobic, straight Islamophobic. They're ready to buck up and fight it all. But they go down to Washington, D.C., and now they're meek and mild. And, well, it's not a lot we can do. We can only do so much. I'm just trying to see how this works. So, yes, the president is threatening to have Mamdani denaturalized and deported. Guess what? Guess what you don't hear? You don't hear Democrats screaming from the rooftops about that, do you? Where are the Dems? A sitting president has literally, out of his mouth, on video, on record, threatened to denaturalize a actual U.S. citizen, have them deported, all because he won an election. And this man is a Democrat, and the fucking Democratic Party is radio silent about it. Look, what have you heard any establishment Dem say anything about this? Have you heard them say anything? They're just going about it like it's business as usual. This is why I say all of their asses could be primaried. Get rid of all of them. Nobody is safe. This is why I get so incensed. Because as horrible as this administration is, this fucking the alleged opposition party is right lockstep in line with them. literally, Hakeem Jeffries, this man could become the actual mayor of the city in which you live. And the president of the United States is saying that he's going to have him denaturalized and deported, and you are radio silent. This man is the Democratic nominee of your city that you reside in. And you said, oh, I can't endorse him because I don't know him. This ain't the primaries. Now, if you said that during the primaries because you wanted to put all of your backing behind Cuomo, that's your right. The primaries are over, sir. The primaries are over. He is the fucking candidate. And you come out your mouth and say, oh, I don't know him, so that's why I haven't endorsed him yet. The people endorsed him. The constituents, the Democratic constituents in the city where you live and reside, they endorsed him. But you can't, right? So what y'all telling me, Dems, are y'all gonna try to do him like y'all did our girl India Walton in the same state? Remember Buffalo? Back in, what was that, 2020? Or was that 2022? Remember what y'all did to India Walton, who was a progressive, a black woman who won the Democratic primary, and you establishment Dems had a write-in candidate win because you did not want a black woman who was a progressive to be the mayor of Buffalo, New York. Remember that? Is that what y'all are going to do here, Dems? Because before I have smoke for the Republican Party, I got smoke for you bitches. I'm trying to see how this all works, y'all. Right. Oh, I saw that today. I saw that shit. I turned that shit off. I said, I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not doing this with y'all. This is what we got going on. This is what we got going on. Like, I really want to understand. The president of the United States said that an actual U.S. citizen is going to be denaturalized and deported. If he does it to Zoran Mamdani, where does it end? Is Ilhan Omar next? I'm just asking. Where does it end? Because we have several members of Congress that are naturalized citizens. Are they next? Or does it matter if they're progressive or an establishment Dem? I'm just trying to see where we go. It's no standing on the letter of the law. It's no standing on what's right and what's wrong. It's standing on what your political leanings and ideations are. I'm just trying to make sure I understand so I know how to deal with you bitches. Just want to make sure I understand. I just want to make sure. I'm just I'm just trying to make sure I understand. Technically, can't we wouldn't birthright citizenship apply to Marco Rubio as well? Because his raggedy ass parents that shitted him out, weren't they born across the water over there down to the Cuba? Wasn't his fucking granddaddy a fucking illegal immigrant? Weren't his parents born in another country? Shouldn't he be deported as well? I just want to make sure I understand. I just want to make sure. Where do we end? Where do we draw the line? Now, some of y'all mentioned that Cuomo is on the ballot. I have every reason to believe they're going to try to do Zoran Mamdani like they did in Dia Walton. You will see a full-on backing and support of Andrew Cuomo, who can run as an independent. He can literally stay on the ballot and run as an independent with the full backing and support of the entirety of the Democratic Party or the establishment Dems. And so they will put tens of millions of dollars, which they already did, to back and support a man who sexually assaulted women. But you care so much about women. I'm just trying to paint the picture for y'all. I just work here, y'all. I've been gone for a week. I had a little bit of time today. I'm back. And on you bitches' necks. We the fuck back, bitches. A mess. Where's the palate cleansers? Move on before I lose it over here. Before I lose it. Lord. Oh, them some nice boxes you got on, sir. Them some real nice boxes. Mm-hmm. You know, that's them Ethika boxers. I feel like if you got on Ethika boxers, you might as well be DDT. Y'all know what DDT is? DDT is dirty dick trade. Mm-hmm. I feel like any man that wears Ethika boxers, you may not bathe every day. Dirty dick trade. Mm-hmm. DDT. Because listen, that's every dirty person I know have Ethika draws. You might as well have on Fruit of the Loom or Gildan. I'm just saying. That's a pretty phone case you have there, lady. And I like those heels you got on. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Now he got better abs than Wheelchair Jimmy, child. Didn't they say Wheelchair Jimmy? Wasn't that like didn't he have surgery to get them abs? Them ain't his. Child. Anyway, speaking of Democrats, now look at Harold popping out the bushes. I ain't had Fruit of the Loom probably since college. I think I still had some in college, but I ain't worn no Fruit of the Loom probably since college. I'm very particular about my underwear. Just like I like to have a good hat, I like to have some good draws too. I need my nutsack to be in something nice. Just saying. Speaking of Democrat, this young man has been a major Richie Torres. That's Richie Torres out of New York. Another New York Democrat that is pissed us the fuck off. He's been on the wrong side of several votes. He was on the wrong side of the vote to censure Al Green. Wasn't he on the wrong side of the vote when we looked at the people who voted not to impeach Trump? I'm just saying. He's been a major disappointment. Richie Torres. I guess he felt like he had to align himself with establishment Dems before he made his announcement. So he has announced that he's running for governor. I'm sorry, let me take that back. He had already announced for governor, excuse me. And now he's saying he's not running for governor. I said that wrong. But he announced that he's no longer running for governor because he has more things to do in Washington D.C. Sir, no, you don't, because what you're doing in D.C. does not help. I scared you for a little bit, Simera. Oh, child, I'm sorry. He had already announced that he was running, but now he says that, well, there's so much for me to do. He's from the BX. Yeah, he's from the BX. I think hold on, let me check. I think he's from the BX, though, if I remember correctly. He's from the BX. Hold on. Yeah, he's in the Bronx. Yeah, he's from the BX. Uh-huh. And he's a member of the Rainbow Coalition compound. But he done been on the wrong side of some of these votes in Congress. And so, sir, I can't side with you because you be on the wrong side of shit. So he said he's no longer going to run for governor. He's going to keep his sights on Washington D.C. Can y'all primary him, please? He can go. He can. He can go. A lot of people try to join the progressive caucus. Like there's a lot of people that are alleged members of the progressive caucus or alleged that they are progressive, and then when the rubber hits the pavement, and they're not, or some of them may start off progressive, and then they get in these private conversations with establishment Dems and are forced to bend the knee. That's what happens. Oh. That's a pretty green on that car. Sir, what is all of this? Sir. Why didn't you just get some bigger pants? Sir, you could have easily just brought some bigger pants. They're trying to stuff all of that in there. My people don't like to see all of that shit. Ma'am, we don't want to see these shorts going up the crack of your ass. Ma'am. Sir, your whole dick print is in these fucking pants. Why couldn't you just buy a bigger size, sir? Why? Why couldn't you buy a bigger size? Ain't nobody here to see all of this. We over here to get the news. And you over here with the bullshit. Let me move on, because let me pull up the next story, because my people don't want to see this shit. The hell? People ain't come here for this shit. My people came here to get the fucking news, sir, not to be looking at your whole dick print. I can see the whole head of your dick, sir. The whole head of your dick. Sir. Look at Yana. Look at Yana. Yana done popped out the bushes. Sir, come over here, sir. Let me talk to you for a moment. Just saying. Ma'am, can you put on some clothes? These shorts all up the crack of your ass. Just pump the gas, ma'am. We didn't ask you for all of that ass. Just pump the damn gas. Keep it moving. Anyway, moving on. In our last sugar spiky story, this might be the last of the palate cleansers after this. I think I only had like enough to get through the sugar spiky stories. Praise God, because we don't want to keep seeing that shit. In our last sugar spiky story, yesterday marked the day that Iowa became the first state to remove gender identity from their civil rights code. As of July 1st, Iowa is now the first state to strip gender identity protections from its civil rights code. The move means transgender and non binary residents are no longer considered part of a protected class, opening the door to potential discrimination in housing, employment, and other areas of life. Iowa's Republican governors and supporters of the new law say it, quote, safeguards the rights of women and girls, end of quote. Governor Kim Reynolds went on to say in a video statement when she signed the law in February, she said, quote, it is common sense to acknowledge the obvious biological difference between men and women. In fact, it's necessary to secure genuine equal protections for women and girls. These common sense protections were at risk because before I signed this bill, the Civil Rights Code blurred the biological line between the sexes, end of quote. What this means is if you are trans or non-binary, a landlord can say, I'm not renting to you. An employer can say, we do not accept your kind over here. A restaurant can refuse service to you. If you are transgender or non-binary. Notice I said non-binary because there are a lot of our non-binary brothers and sisters out there that face persecution as well. Now, also in the great state of Iowa today, their in their health and human services budget, Medicaid no longer covers gender affirming surgery or hormone therapy under their new provisions that started yesterday. The new law also limits the definitions of male and female to be based on a person's reproductive organs at birth. They are and also in Iowa, you are no longer allowed to change the sex designation of your birth certificate. All of that went into place yesterday. They are the first state in the country that has all of these on record. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. I can drop the link today. I know some of y'all want to talk about P. Diddy. And what I'll do is I'll drop the link once we're done. Once I'm done with all the stories and I can get everything done with, I'll drop the link. Let me preliminarily put it in the chat. Hall monitors, keep track of the link and put it in the chat in case I forget, okay? Please, hall monitors, thank you. Oh, why y'all keep wearing these tight ass pants? Glad I had this water over here. I need to wet my whistle. Sir, you could have bought them shorts a little looser than that. I could pin it to the top of the chat, Harold, but then I gotta go. Lord, here go Harold, bothering me, making me do all of this work. He a whole ass hall monitor. God forbid that I ask Harold to do a little bit of work. You happy now, Harold? God forbid I ask a hall. I'm over here doing all the heavy lifting. I got to do all of that. Find all of the articles, research all the information, come up on live, entertain the people, find palate cleansers, do all of this. And I said, can the hall monitors post the link? And Harold said, I ain't posted no damn link. Just pin the link. Well, thank you, Harold. Lord. Lord. Let me hurry up and take this down. So this happened today. Can somebody let me know? Did he get out? Did he get out? Hold on, let me see. I haven't been looking. Did he get out? Oh, TMZ said he was denied bail. Sorry. According to TMZ, Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, and Judge Subramanian went back and forth after bail was denied, with Agnifilo arguing Diddy fought back in self-defense during the alleged fight that went down with Jane in 2024. Agnifilo tried an emotional appeal to the judge, noting Diddy's kids are in the courtroom and his twin daughters have already lost their mother, Kim Porter. However, the judge could not be moved. He was very unmoved. The hearing on expedited sentencing is set for July 8th, which is next week. We'll see you on Tuesday, sir. Uh-huh. You won't be getting out. Sorry. That's the updates. Now, this morning, he was found guilty on 2 lesser charges. The major charges, racketeering and sex trafficking, they didn't get him on. But the bail was denied. Sir, you'll be spending, you won't be looking at fireworks, sir. You won't. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Sir, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, you thought you was getting out? You was over there talking about. You said you coming home. You was over there telling me I saw shit all over social media where they said, "Oh, did he say he coming home?" No, false. Shout out to Dwight from from The Office. False. You're a pariah at this point. Now, I think the prosecution were no better than Marsha Clark and Dart and Dirt and whatever the black man name during the OJ trial, just inept and just doing too much and and did not present the facts of the case better. I think they didn't. I don't think they spent enough time on the guy that was the personal assistant. Those are the people who should have been up there for 4 or 5 days. They had the Jane Doe lady up there for like 4 or 5 days. The people that's supposed to be up there 4 or 5 days, the little white boy that was carrying drugs, he should have been his ass up there 4 or 5 days. Some of the other, I would have called every assistant he ever had to give all of the details of who he purchased it from, the amounts that he purchased, what he did with it. Did he carry it across state lines? Did he carry it outside of the country? Baby, I would have had all of it. But y'all had that Jane Doe chick up there for 5 or 6 days. She ain't helped nothing. I'm just saying, you got fucking what his name soaking himself, Armand Wiggins outside the courtroom, bathing in baby oil and shit. Don't nobody want to see that shit. You got Chaotic making songs and music videos called Freak Offs where he getting baby oil all around, squirted all over him and shit. I would play it for y'all, but I don't want to get a copyright claim. Shout out to the members. Members, it's in the members only chat. I don't remember what section. Somebody in the members only chat will tell you what section it's in. What section is the music video from Chaotic in? I think it's in the ABCs. But somebody in the members only chat will correct me if you want to go see it. But you got all kinds of shit going on. They outside. One lady out there dancing and her titties flying out and shit as they squirting baby oil on him. Y'all are sick people. You got Ronald saying he was having a Diddy themed barbecue for the 4th of July. Lord. I'm telling you, Cymera, you know, Armand Wiggins gonna do whatever he can to get a fucking click of the view. Him and his big fake teeth. And he over there, shirt all off, getting buttered up or glistened up with baby oil and shit, dancing and flopping around and shit. Like just a fucking mess. Just a goddamn mess. Just a goddamn mess. It was a whole bunch of people out there saying, yeah, he gonna be home for 4th of July. Diddy getting out? Well, here we are. Here the fuck we are. Don't plan that freak off. Nah. Don't go out and buy the baby oil. Not yet. I'm just saying. Now, based on now, I can't. I'm not a legal mind. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an expert on this type of stuff. But based on the fact that he didn't give him, he didn't let him out of jail on bail until sentencing, would lead me to believe I don't think he's gonna give prosecution all the time that they want, but it leads me to believe that he won't be you know. So I've heard people say stuff like, oh well, he won't really have to serve no time. I don't believe that. Oh, he's gonna get some time based on, you know, based on how that judge was today. If I'm basing it off of that, now I know that may not, you know, pan out. Maybe he'll, you know, over the weekend he'll have some barbecue and stuff, and maybe he'll, you know, have a change of heart. But based on him saying, "Bitch, you ain't going nowhere," and you finna do some more time, Diddy. Judge looked like, yeah, I'm here for it. And I don't know. So it looks like the maximum on each charge, I'm looking at this chart, is 10 years on each one. I don't know if they could be served concurrently or if they have to be served consecutively. I'm thinking consecutively because some of the things that I was reading, they wanted 20 years. So I'm assuming that those can't be concurrent. They would have to be consecutive. I don't think that he'll get that many years. But I definitely don't think, based on how the judge was today, I definitely don't think he won't serve any. I definitely don't think he's gonna get out of jail. I'd be very surprised if he's getting out of jail next Tuesday. Child, Young Miami is going along to get along. She, as long as she could get her supply of pink cocaine, she's okay. Because he apparently, one of the witnesses says she's still with him today. So clearly Young Miami was sharing him with everybody on the eastern seaboard. I'm just saying. People were saying, oh, he's gonna flee the country and he got a villa waiting for him next door to Russell Simmons down in Bali. Well, I guess you won't be going to the villa. They was already getting the villa filled up with Astroglide and baby oil. They was already stocking the shelves in the villa next to Russell Simmons with Astroglide and baby oil. And now you got to stay your ass in jail. I don't know what to tell you, sir. Don't. So he's facing up to 20 years. I don't think he'll get 20. But if I'm basing it on how the judge, you know, the disposition of the judge today, baby, you gonna do more than you thought you was gonna do. I don't know what to tell you. Your raggedy ass kids ain't got no fucking talent. And I ain't talking about the girls, the twins. They still in school, but your sons don't have no talent at all. So they're just gonna comb through all your money. No pun intended. All your kids, them boys, they finna run through that money. They are. They don't have no talent. They don't have no workable skills. They don't know how to keep shit afloat. They're fucking derelicts of society. They're fucking miscreants. So now, depending on how much money not how much money, how much time you do, they can, run through all of that money. Mm. The president was talking today about whether or not he'll somebody asked him today about a pardon. They asked Trump about a pardon today, and he said, well, we used to be friends, but when I got into politics, we haven't really spoken since then. Listen, go grease his pockets. You got a little bit of money left. Yeah, you might want to go grease his pockets and get your get out of jail free card. That's all I can tell you. Go grease Trump pockets and get your get out of jail free cards. Cause them sons you got over there, they gonna run through that shit. Hey, Xavier. His son released the EP a week ago. Listen, Miss Bay thing. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one else there to hear it, did it really happen? Because I don't think nobody running out there to buy no music from any of his sons. I'm just being honest. I'm sure his attorneys are already on the phone with Donald John to grease his pockets. You might have to give him a good 20 million. You might have to pay Donald John like you paid Cassie. Just shoot him another 20 and you might can get out. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Let me drop the link again. We will be dropping the link. That's all I got for Diddy. He's not going home. Mm-mm. He's not going home. In more news. Oh, I thought we was done with the palate cleansers. We don't want to see. Let me move on. We're done with the sugar spike segment. We don't have to keep seeing these people. We don't have to keep seeing these people. Right, ask Lil Wayne or NBA young whatever the NBA whatever young boy, whatever his name is. Ask them how much it costs. In more news, a staple at a supermarket near you has filed for Class 11 bankruptcy. Del Monte, who for 139 years have lined the shelves of supermarkets all over the country, they're filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. They're saying that they've been losing money because people are looking for healthier and cheaper options. But wait, cheaper options than canned goods? Like, I don't know what cheaper options there are. I mean, it's canned goods. Those are probably the cheapest things you can buy to eat, ain't it? I mean, what's cheap? I mean, ramen noodles or what? I don't know. What's cheaper than canned goods? Ramen noodles? I don't know. I can't keep up. Del Monte has secured 912.5 million dollars in debtor in possession financing that will allow it to operate normally as the sale of their company progresses. So they're trying to sell the company. Listen, I mean I don't really buy canned goods like that. I like to I might buy frozen, but I don't like to buy canned vegetables. I'm just saying. I see you back there, Xavier, but I said I'm gonna get through all the stories and then we'll be ready. I'm almost done. We don't want to see. I thought I was done. I really thought it was no. I really thought I only had enough for the sugar spike segment. And now we still seeing motherfuckers with abs and hips and titties and shit. Lord, just saying. Most canned stuff I eat is soup, child. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Um, I'm not gonna even address Nelly and what he had to say about Kamala. I already know how you feel politically when you went over there with Donald John, so I'm not gonna even address Nelly's comments about Kamala. But on his little the little show with Ashanti, girl Ashanti, you got to be about the dumbest. But I never thought you never gave me that you had too much intellect, Ashanti. You never gave me you was smart anyway. Your intellect is probably as good as your singing ability, and I don't put much stock in your singing ability. It's only good for yin 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 around the house, ma'am. You ain't no singer like that. So if I'm putting your intellect on the level of your singing abilities, I don't expect you to be able to sing that well. I'm just being honest. So the people are up in arms because on this little show, Nelly and Ashanti, we belong together. He basically said, I ain't taking care of that bastard that you shitted out. Don't look for me to be changing no diapers and taking care of that child. I don't give a shit. That's your job. You wanted the baby, you got it. I already got kids. I ain't got the type of time to be raising no kids. Actually, let me get the right quote. When they were started to discuss the fact that he was going on tour, and Ashanti was saying that it's going to be hard for her as a new mom and stuff with him going. He said, "Quote, well, listen, it's all you. I ain't going to lie. I ain't got nothing for him." End of quote. Him being their child. She said, absolutely not. I know. And that's a direct quote. He went on to say, Nelly said, quote, until he can say I'm hungry, until he can say I need to use the bathroom, it's going to be a lot in your lap. But as soon as he start walking, I told her, I said, enjoy, because as soon as he get to walking and talking, he with the crew. End of quote. Then there was another scene where they were talking about mothers having to get up in the middle of the night with their newborns, and he was like, quote, do y'all really be up at night? I heard about it. End of quote. She went on to say, quote, you know what? It's absolutely ridiculous that you'll still be dead sleep and he'll be mad loud. End of quote. These are the people that y'all decide to let shove they meat in y'all box. And y'all have children with these. These are the people who y'all procreate with. I don't know what y'all want from me. These are the people who y'all procreate with. And she's willingly going along with this. She's a willful participant in the fuck shit and fuckery. And then you gonna want us to feel bad for you when you finally see the light. You're gonna want us to be sympathetic to you when you finally see the light, and or he decide to beat on you or something like that and get out of dodge. Now, I'm not alleging that the man is beating on her. I don't know that to be true. But what I do know is a lot of people who do beat on their wives sound similar to how he sounds. First of all, why would I want my son to hang with you and your crew when you hold these types of viewpoints? Where you're saying you are not going to be an active and willing participant in the parenting process with your wife. I'm just trying to figure out where y'all find these people. I'm just saying. I don't know tacos and tequila. I really don't know. Maybe she is pregnant with a second child. I don't know. But when y'all are out here willfully procreating, adding to the gene pool with these bastards, I don't have nothing for you. Nothing. Let me move on before I lose it. In other news, okay, good. I ain't had no more palate cleanser. I thought it was over. Rosie O'Donnell got all the smoke for Oprah because Oprah went over there to Jeff Bezos' wedding. Now, you know, people was out here alleging that Jeff Bezos bought out the whole city of Venice, and the city officials in Venice had to say, hey, he ain't buy out the whole city. He just bought out a whole lot of really nice venues in Venice. But Rosie O'Donnell, she got on Instagram and said, quote, the Bezos wedding, I turned my stomach seeing all these billionaires gathering in the gross excess of it all. The show of it. Is Oprah friends with Bezos? Really? How is that possible? He treats his employees with disdain. By any metrics, he is not a nice man. End of quote. Listen, go on down there, Rosie, and sit with your chest. Go over there and knock on Oprah's door and let her know how you really feel. Say it with your whole chest. I'm just saying. I mean, if she answered the door, Rosie, I'd be really surprised. Did you move to another country or something like that? Should you be over there in another country, not being bothered with what Oprah got going on? Yeah, I swear y'all be giving Oprah a lot of grief. Y'all be giving that woman the blues. Oprah don't do nothing to y'all people, and y'all be giving that woman the straight blues. Po Oprah. Po Oprah. Y'all be giving that woman a lot of fever. I'm just saying. They probably did. I'm sure they did have a good time. When you got Jeff Bezos money, baby, you got you could have a real good time. In our last story of the day, and if you are coming up, now is the time. If you are coming up to join the live, now is the time to click the chat. I got a few minutes. I got a few minutes here. So the list of most boring cities in America was put out by Finance Buzz, and it looks like Jacksonville, Florida, won out as the most boring major city in America. Now, I will concur. I have to go to Jacksonville at least 2 or 3 times a year. It's an awful place. Now, they got some good trade in Jacksonville. I will give them that. Jacksonville, Florida do got some good trade, but it's not a whole lot to do in Jacksonville. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be real honest. Number 2 was Wichita, Kansas. Number 3 was Corpus Christi, Texas. Number 4, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Number 5 was Memphis, Tennessee. Well, how Memphis get in this? Memphis don't even bother nobody. But they say it's boring as hell. San Antonio, San Antonio, Texas. I mean, you could go to the Alamo. You could go down to the River Walk and stuff. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Oklahoma City made number 6. I'm sorry, number 7. Columbus, Ohio made number 8. Tallahassee, Florida got number 9. Now, how Tallahassee get in it? Child. It's a lot to do in Tallahassee. It's a lot of trouble to get into in Tallahassee. It's a lot of trade in Tallahassee too. Is number 11, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I had a good time in Albuquerque. Number 12 is Louisville, Kentucky. Now, Louisville ain't that bad. Lexington, Kentucky is number 13. Colorado Springs, Colorado is number 14. Tulsa, Oklahoma is number 15. Now, I've been to Tulsa. It ain't a lot to do in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's not. Indianapolis, Indiana, ain't a lot to do there either. It's not. They got Houston, Texas is number 8. I mean, Tucson, Arizona. I had a lot of fun when I was in Tucson, Arizona. I don't believe that about Tucson. And Houston, Texas got a lot to do. How Houston getting this? Virginia Beach, Virginia? Well, what they got to do with it? Charlotte, North Carolina? I had a lot of fun in Charlotte. I don't like Charlotte's airport. Worst airport in America. Child, I had a lot of fun in Tucson. Houston on the list. Houston is a lot of fun. Go there, down there, get you some turkey legs and shit. Just saying. I didn't have fun in Indianapolis. Charlotte is fun. Okay. Let me. It's time. Y'all wanted to come up. So let me see who back here. We got Xavier back here. If your city made the list, don't come over here with no smoke for me. I ain't got nothing to do with your respective city being on said list. Don't ask me nothing. I don't know nothing. Hey, Xavier.
Hey, El Teddy, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm
What's
surprised some
on
of
your
those
mind?
cities
You can
made the
talk about
list.
anything that we talked about today. We talked about a lot today too.
Well, I'll just talk about the stuff I was here for. I'm going to have to red ball. I got in late to class. They kept me late at this job today. They got me working till 3 every day. And we started earlier. We were starting at 6:30 now. Ugh.
Oh, ciao.
But I'm surprised some of those places made the list because it's giving very much village. It's giving shantytown, some of them. I'm just saying.
Not village and shanty town.
I'm just saying it's giving
Oh, I almost
huts.
choked over here. Well, who you talking about? That's got
Corpus
a
Christi.
shanty town.
Corpus Christi is a shanty town. Corpus
Oh
Christi
my
is a shanty.
God. Xavier,
Indianapolis,
you have
that's
me
not even a real
got me over
place.
here choking to death.
It's not even a real place. Indianapolis is not even a real place. Let's be honest here. Like, do you even know anybody from Indianapolis? Like, nobody
I've
says
been to
I've been.
Indianapolis once, and that was for Kappa. That's it. That's all.
Of course, the Kappas would be there in a shanty
That's where
town.
we were
Yeah,
founded.
in a shanty town. Of course you were.
See,
Makes
don't do
sense.
my fraternity. Don't do that. Hey, little baby, what's going on? Move you over here and move Xavier over here.
It has been a whirlwind. I'm waiting for it all to slow down.
Say that again.
I said it's been a whirlwind. I'm waiting for it all to slow down.
Oh, it's not. There's no slowing you down.
And
I
Tulsa,
see.
Tulsa, Tulsa, they killed all the black people. Of course, it's a village. That's a ghost town. What?
It is not a ghost town, and there are still a lot of black people in Tulsa.
That town is cursed. You can just hear the spirits
Not
just
that you
calling
call
out.
these places shanty towns.
Listen,
First
El
off,
Kid
how
said
did
she had a great
Tallahassee
time.
even make the list?
it's
How did
tell.
Tallahassee make the list?
Yeah, it's not a major city. Like, yeah, it's a state
Well,
capital, but it's not a
I
major
mean,
city.
just to play devil's advocate, I can only name about 4 cities in Florida that are bigger than maybe 5 that are bigger than Tallahassee. Miami, Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa, maybe Jacksonville. It's bigger
Oh,
than every
definitely
other
Jacksonville.
city.
Pensacola is bigger. Jacksonville and Pensacola are bigger just land wise, not
Oh, but I'm talking
necessarily
about
population.
population wise.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
Again, it's given shantytown. I, I don't know. I just feel
Oh
like there's a
God.
lot of. I feel like these places. We really need to redistribute some of what's going on in those places because why is Corpus Christi even a thing? I just don't understand.
How did Houston make the list?
Well,
I
Houston
was
almost
looking at
dropped
that
Beyonce, so
too.
they can go to hell. But I mean, I think Houston has
You
its.
just don't see it for nobody, Xavier.
That's not true. I see it for places that are interesting.
Oh boy. What did Charlotte do to these people?
I blame the side chicks of Charlotte. Ever since that show came out, Charlotte has been on a downwind backslide.
Do
But
y'all think y'all president gonna give hey Uncle Jay, y'all think y'all president gonna give Diddy a pardon?
probably.
No,
You don't
no,
think
he's
so?
not. No. Okay, first off, I know everybody's excited about them 20 years. He's not getting that, y'all. He's
He
looking
ain't
at a
getting that.
maximum of like
Oh yeah,
five
he's. They
years.
said it's either 4 to 5.
Right. So Fed time, you serve like 80% of your Fed time. Then they're gonna take the time already served and commute that
Hmm.
2 year sentence. He may serve like 1 or 2 years max in actual federal prison. What is he commuting by that time? What is there to
Well,
commute?
well, the thing is, I do think. Well, I won't say he wants to do it for like good reasons, but there is a strategy in letting Diddy out that could serve Donald Trump's usage. Because Diddy still has all those money. He still has, for some reason, he still
For now.
has the influence of a lot of people, over a lot of
For
people.
now.
And I think in this new era of, selling and buying everybody and everything, Diddy might carve out himself a nice little fiefdom in the empire that is going to be Trump's America.
Hey
So
Spicy Original.
I don't see that. I really don't. I
you
really
don't?
don't.
You don't see him
No.
being his new black little token to come out and say, "Who I look? I freed the blacks. I freed the
No,
innocent blacks."
I see this fool taking whatever money he has left and running over there and sitting right next to Russell Simmons. That's what I see.
Now look at this one right here. Tracy, where were you at when we took if you didn't come to class late, you could have took your really be birthday shot. But since you came your butt to class late, Uncle Jay, did you get your life right? See, that's why Xavier said Charlotte is not should be on the list of most
I
boring
ain't even
cities.
nowhere near Charlotte.
Oh, where you at? Raleigh?
Raleigh.
Oh. Charlotte is I had a good time in Charlotte.
But I don't understand why Charlotte is on the list because it's one of the most litest cities, at least for the niggas.
I
That's
have
what I
never
thought.
heard
I
anody
thought
say that they had a good time in Charlotte.
And
I heard
You
they've
Indiana
ain't
had
talked
good
to
is
the right
sex.
people,
Indianapolis is
Xavier.
lit
I've
too.
heard they've had good sex in Charlotte. I've never heard them say they
No,
had a good
Charlotte
time.
has a lot to do. It's a lot to do in Charlotte.
Charlotte has an amazing nightlife. First of
Hmm.
all, its nightlife,
it's
its economics and nightlife is comparable to
yeah.
Atlanta. That's the first thing. Second
Yeah.
of all, it's the
Yeah.
second banking capital of the country next to New York, which is why they call Charlotte Little New York as
Oh,
far
a
as
bunch of
its
Yeah.
business
bankers.
is
It just
concerned.
has the worst airport on earth
It just
because
has
they
the
don't
worst
have a
airport.
train and you have to foot it. Their airport is almost as big as Atlanta, but they ain't got
But
no
Yeah.
Atlanta got a
train
train.
and you got to
Yep.
foot it. And
Oh,
And
hell
they
Lord,
no.
stay doing construction on it.
God forbid you got to go from one end of the airport to the next. It literally could take you 30 minutes just to walk from one end to the other one.
Absolutely.
It's
Do
a
they
But
have
yeah, I
any
horrible
thought
amusement
airport.
parks?
And Indianapolis is a good city as well. I've been there quite a few times. I have cousins that live there. One of my cousins actually works for the Pacers. It's a great city.
Xavier Ronald said, what list is the best cities for you?
Okay, so
Here we go.
Go
let's
It's the
forth.
same man who likes Drewski. So I mean, there goes his
We
choices.
can't trust his judgment too much. Grain of salt.
Where did
Oh,
it
he don't went out.
right? And there you have it. The internet, Al Gore's internet said, we're not gonna even let you come up here and say that mess, Xavier. They knew it was
El
gonna be some
Teddy,
mess.
And I don't
Mhm.
understand how Houston got on the list. They must have been polling white people.
they had to. Because to your point about Charlotte, I have heard about Charlotte actually being one of those growing cities. A lot of people have been, especially black people, have been leaving Atlanta going to Charlotte because Atlanta has become oversaturated, job market,
Yeah.
everything wise. It's also has a budding tech industry. It's a
Yep.
pretty much it's for it's I think the black population there is growing as well. It's very young, like for young entrepreneurs. That I heard great things about Charlotte.
For your young black professionals, Charlotte and Raleigh are your places to go to, and Greensboro because it's a college town. But Charlotte and Raleigh are your places to go to when you talk about growing populations and wanting to get the best bang for your buck and wanting to actually have something to do.
Hmm.
Charlotte is good. I'm actually going to
Xavier,
And
you
probably
got
be
your
moving
internet
to Charlotte in
together?
the next 3 years.
and also to your point, a lot of New Yorkers, because they want that lower cost of living, they a lot of them have been exiting that place and moving to Charlotte. You have a
Mm-hmm.
lot. You have that whole movement there. But I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say this, El Teddy, you get up here and you fuss about these Dems every day, and I just want to take you by your hand,
Hello,
and I
hello.
want to say
Hey Tracy.
we got to pull the plug. It's time to put them out of their misery.
Oh, damn, it's
This
still hooked up to my headset. Let me go
this
find
is
it. Hold on.
it. This is it. And it's nothing else we can do for them. We done all we can. All we done made them comfortable. It's time to get arrangements. I don't know who gonna have the body.
Who
I
we
be trying
who
to
we taking
listen.
out?
I be trying so hard to work with the Dems, but and
Uh-uh.
I actually have some people that are Democrats and left leaning, and they be giving me the blues about. They say I fight more, or I talk more about the Dems than I do about Republicans, and then I have to
You
check them
want to
and say
know
you
why?
clearly are not
Because
watching.
these days you can't tell the difference.
Right? I say clearly you're not watching because I come at the Republicans' throat much more than I come at the Dem. But when I got to come at a bitch throat, if they do some shit, then I'm gonna call that shit out.
Right. What I'm gonna say this, and I was watching someone else's channel, and I have to 10,000% agree. The reason why the Dems have died is because they have not evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Since Obama, they don't know where to go.
They still stuck in '09.
Damn right. Still
Yes, we
stuck there.
can.
Meanwhile, when it comes to Republicans, since '09, we've had at least three iterations of them.
Yep.
Yep.
We
but
had
but
birthers,
y'all know
we've
one of the
had,
things.
We've had the Tea Party.
and now we have MAGA.
But
Yep.
one of the things that I've said all of the time was the difference between the Dems and the Republicans are the Republicans followed their actual base and constituents. They saw their
Yes,
base moving right, and
They
their
went right.
yes,
ideologies went right. The stupid ass
exactly.
Dems don't understand your base is going more left,
Which are younger people.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They
And you're not
completely lost
following
the young
them.
people vote. And that should show you right there in that New York primary where your base is going. Your base voted for a candidate that did not have a huge monetary backing. That told you right there, and they're still pigheaded and want to put their support behind
Yep,
Cuomo.
I don't even
That
understand how Cuomo was even involved. He is a
exactly.
rapist. What are we
I don't
talking about?
understand either, Xavier. I have no
That is
idea.
the dumbest. That like to go against Trump, you need the anti-Trump. You cannot put somebody who looks like Trump in blue cloth and then trot him out and expect Democratic voters to vote for him. That won't work.
and
They're
when you have
senile.
the people who you voted for, I don't care what no one says. I am not ever going to forget that it was under the Dems' watch. They had the House, they had the Senate, and they have a president, and they did nothing to keep Roe v. Wade from being overturned.
Yep.
That was their fault.
They
That
laid
was their
down and
fucking fault.
allowed themselves to be taken over.
And
Well, you have to.
Biden
I'll be fair
ran
to
on
them,
Biden ran on the John Lewis Voting Rights Act and ran on the criminal
Child,
justice bill. They never did anything. It never even came
they
to the
put
floor.
that bill got so many books and other stuff stacked on top of it. It's probably in
Never
the trash by now.
even came to the floor. And they
but let's
had
be
the
fair.
presidency and both chambers of Congress.
What Trump did was what the Supreme Court did was unprecedented. I don't think anybody could foresee. Well, people could foresee it, but I don't think nobody could really believe that they would go and overturn Roe v. Wade just like that.
Why? They said they had been doing it. They was gonna do it.
And they have
Well,
been
they
making moves to do it. Prior to
Right.
all these
Anybody
states
that
that
had been
were
paying
working,
attention should have anticipated it.
yeah, all
I
these
don't.
states were working to roll back their abortion laws prior to that ruling even happening.
I think they
They
just
were
got too
working.
comfortable. They just got too comfortable,
I
I don't
and
think
agree.
they got
They got
too
lazy.
comfortable. I think they got too rich. Their pockets were getting fat and they decided to not go against the dollar. That's what that was, and that's what it is now. That's why none of them are, that's why you have your New York representatives not backing the Democratic candidate for New York mayor. That's weird. Why? Oh, probably because this individual isn't a Christian or a Jew and going along with the program of APAC.
The other part of it is he's a progressive. And I told y'all they don't want progressives. Let's be clear, these are the same New York Democrats that changed their they redistrict in their redistricting of New York, they changed the districting to try to hurt the progressives. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you cost yourself extra seats on the Democratic Party because of your stupidity.
Yep.
Like these are those people.
the problem is they're reading political theory from the 1950s and trying to apply it to now. It's not going to work. So instead of moving to the center, move further left. I'm not saying you can't have centrists in your cabinet or centrists on like in the state senate, but they need to have their big dogs like go further left. Even if they're just going to straight up lie and change their minds afterwards after they get elected. But still, like, why isn't Manchin being primaried? Are they planning on primarying him?
Joe Manchin not running.
He's not. Who's
Mm-mm.
his successor? Who
They
do they
already
have
got.
coming up?
Remember, somebody took his seat. I can't think of the man. He's a Republican though. He was the Republican governor
Oh,
of West. Joe Manchin left after. They need to be trying to primary Fetterman. Problem is, Fetterman has until what 2028.
probably. He's not up. He's not going
I
away
think
for a long
Fetterman
time.
is not up for reelection until I think 2028.
Even if they're not, even if they could get him I'm just saying they need to play dirty. They could have him. What is it? Censored something. Because I'm sick of him speaking.
But again, you have to the point
There are
of
ways to
look, we're
silence
not
people.
listening to their base. It's very crazy and very idiotic that the majority of your base, they see that we're weary and we're tired, and they see that we do not no longer have faith in them. Yet for whatever reason, they think that we'll continue to do business as usual. There is going to come a day very, 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 very soon. Those same individuals who are so cute and comfy in their chairs, they are going to get a very rude awakening, which is
My
why
thing, my thing
none of
about
them,
it is, do not look at any of the polling, because you
none
have
of it.
seen that they don't work for you all, and they're never real, and they're never true. Do not listen to any of these strategists that y'all listen to every year, because what they're strategizing for you does not work.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But yeah, that business as usual is why the Dems are they're dead. And we've been in denial by keeping them on life support, but we got to pull the plug. Now there's a little bit of hope with Mamdani. He's that future. If New York
But
if New
but
Yorkers
we have
come
to.
in,
But what I hope this does is, I hope that this wakes up a lot of people in a lot of other areas, and say we
uh-huh,
cannot have business as usual,
you
and we got to
can't.
put all of these bastards out. That's why I say
Absolutely.
primary all of these people,
I
primaries
agree.
them all.
I agree.
Get rid of Chuck first, because Chuck has been there too long, and has done nothing really. He's not been effective at anything.
Nancy
At all.
Pelosi has been there too long. When I looked up and
I
I
thought
saw that
Nancy was
lady
gone.
sitting
Is she coming back?
sideways, putting
No,
up
she
a
never
napkin.
she never left. She just gave up leadership of the Democratic Party. She never left Congress.
Nancy was the speaker when I was in high school. She been
This
there
is
too
what
damn
we mean.
long.
And
This
I
is what
know
we mean by
Nancy
stuff
has
And
in
been
but a lot of
15 years a
them.
2009.
candidate.
Look at Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters, I think, is 86 years old.
Gotta
Come on
go.
now.
But you holding on because of money.
Money.
You looking for money.
And
That's why they
fame. Don't let's
haven't.
And
not forget fame. Because she,
This is
like, let's
why
be
they
honest,
don't
in the
want
last
to.
15 years, her fame skyrocketed. She
Listen,
became a
what?
national
Uncle Jay,
icon.
Uncle Jay, let me say this to you. Maxine Waters was in Congress when I was in high school. That's how long
Right.
she's been there.
Right.
When I was in high school, Maxine Waters was in Congress.
And the problem is they have built their lives around being politicians that if they can't be anything other than, they won't know what to do.
All you need to be is sitting on your damn couch, living out the
Thank
next
you.
You know
5 minutes.
how old people are,
Thank you.
especially old black people. It's the same situation with these churches. You got
Baby,
100-year-old
listen.
people still trying to run a congregation.
Right, baby, listen. When I get to be, certainly when I get in my 70s, baby, I'm not trying to do all of that. I'm retired. You
Thank
can
you.
catch me
That's
on
why
a
I like the
plane
AME church. They
trip.
sit you down at 70.
You
They
could
sure do.
catch me on a
Not
plane trip
70.
going somewhere. You could catch me vacationing. You could catch me sitting on my rocking chair, not being bothered. Just glad I got the next 5 or 10 minutes left of this life. But what I'm not gonna be doing is trying to
And
continue to work.
In the last
But
of
the
my
thing is,
days,
they're not working. They're not working, and that's the problem. They're not working. It's too easy
nope.
for them. They're very comfortable. It's a very cushy job. It's nothing hard about going around with a microphone screaming
No, they
they're
don't
one-liners.
not
scream.
even doing
Let's be
that.
clear. They're not doing that.
And
They're
they
not
can
Yeah,
do
doing
that
that.
they're not even doing that.
outside of Congress and still make the same, if not more money, yelling and screaming, and not have to hold office. They can still
But
yell and
my
scream at
thing
the TV
is,
like an old senile person that they are.
you got
Hmm.
5 minutes left on this earth. You have millions of
Five.
dollars.
Not 5 minutes.
Millions.
Yeah, that's when you get in your 80s, baby. Every 5 minutes you get, oh, I'm just glad to be here. I got
Listen,
the
my
Absolutely.
grandfather is 88 years old. He says that all the time. I'm just glad to be here.
baby. You wake up, oh, I got another day. All right, boo, I got another. Hey, let's live it out.
Ooh, another one.
Another one, girl. You get. All right, you did that one. You did that one. You gave me another one. Come on now.
He
Baby,
used to
that's
say
how
he
I'm gonna
wanted to be
be.
100. He wanted to die at 100. Now he say, whatever I get.
Whatever I get.
I
Glad to
don't
be
know.
here.
It's too much. It's too much.
They need to go
But
on
yeah,
somewhere and sit down.
I've seen some Dems around the country in their campaigns. A lot of them are taking the grassroots route, which is what I have been saying. Like, stop running these traditional TV campaigns and actually get out on the streets and pound the pavement so people know who you are, and actually go into those areas where Trump was dominating, because you don't know whose ear you may have now. You don't know. There are a lot of people
Well,
who are regretting their vote right now. They're
I
not
still think they should do TV
loud
though.
about it,
TV is essential. TV
but you
is
don't know.
essential.
Yeah, it's essential. It still is, but it's not the only method. It's not the only
Yeah,
mechanism,
that shouldn't be their
especially
bread
now
and
that
butter, but
legacy media isn't being trusted by either side. You need to get out and talk to people. People
they should
want
also be
community.
going out
People want
and
to know
go.
you're real.
But they should also be going out like they should be going with Trump's. Unfortunately, Trump got it right. Go on the podcast. Go on the Twitch streamers. Go on
Yep,
there.
that's true
There's a
too.
space there that I feel like they haven't got to. Like hell, even if if you're not going to be invited to a streamer, stream yourself. Stream yourself playing a game and talk to them little stupid little incels and change their ways. They're not that bright and they're not that too far in that they can't be molded to suit you later. Like
And to your point, Xavier, again, that's how the Republicans have remained relevant. They stayed with a young audience. It's also how they've been able to get their numbers with black people to grow. I have
because
never
it's
seen
young
this
black
many
people. It's always somebody
openly
like
conservative black people before in my life. This
well they
surge.
well let's be honest. We're very conservative as a people. We're very conservative as a people, just not politically conservative. Like we might have like the same Republican values. Let's be honest, most black people have the same values as the white Republicans. The only difference is
That's
that
true.
Republicans have been very racist, so that line was never crossed. But now they're saying, hey, we will love you with open arms. We will call you Toby. Like, they want to be
We will call
Toby.
you Toby.
Somebody wants to be Toby. I feel like we're discounting that. Like we're discounting the small ways. We're discounting the small ways it's creeping into our communities. The Nara Smiths with their simple lives, married to white men, making everything from scratch. We discount it with the little alpha males. We're training men to be alphas. Gym is your therapy. Don't go and talk out your feelings. Don't go to somebody who will make you think. Go and work out and pump iron. Let's not talk about the trad wives and what they've done to dating culture and how they're moving us farther left into slavery as a community than we've ever been. But I'm not going to talk about that because I feel like that is largely only one segment of the population, straight black people. Like y'all are failures at that. I don't know why y'all so badly want to like
Well, you see Ashanti, what she's putting up with, so there you
that's
have it.
and that's what I'm saying. Like it's everything. It's
Willingly
seeping
putting
into
up
our
with
culture.
it.
It's seeping into our culture in ways that like you can never you can't tell me that 10 years ago Ashanti, who loved going on vacation, loved a little college performance, was gonna become a trad wife at 40 something years old.
And
After
Diamond Pearl Jim, that with agriculture being hit with these huge ice rays, like, let's be clear, we already know what it is when it comes to farm work. It's cheap work.
Well,
It does
well,
not pay
no.
well.
Wait, little baby. Here's the deal with the farm workers, and I wish I would have played it today. There's a clip of them basically saying they're going to turn these undocumented workers into slaves.
When they
okay,
were slaves,
No.
they were
Going
already
further,
slaves.
they're saying that they're
serfdom.
going to develop a program where their boss is responsible for them. They won't be they won't get citizenship, but they can be here and their bosses will be responsible for them while they're here. That is going back to chattel slavery.
That's well, really, it's serfdom, but it's on the next step. It's just the next step. It's just rebranded. But again,
But
what can
helping
we
out the
really
ag
do?
industry in general, maybe you could have more Americans working those fields if you actually paid a decent damn wage.
But a
No
decent
one
wage
wants to
for
do
most
that kind of
places
work.
is most the decent wage for most places to live in most places now is like 20 something dollars.
And again, why aren't we talking about the rising cost of living? Why aren't we it's basic stuff like that where the Dems have completely lost it.
Because the cost of living is a byproduct of our economic system, which nobody wants to replace or reform or change.
Listen. What? Oh shit! Let me get off of here. I've been on here almost over 3 hours. I got to get ready for really be party.
Oh yeah, we got the notification.
Oh yeah, we
Yes,
gotta
I gotta
go.
go get me something to eat before I come up on her party. Child. Why did the
Did y'all
Congressional
see?
Black Caucus have a news conference? Because they call themselves walking out of I have no time for these people.
Do y'all see Armand Wiggins getting baby oil
Where were you when
down
we
on the
talked about
Diddy?
this, Xavier?
I was late to class. What is
Yeah,
going
you were
on
late
in
to that.
America? What is
You
going
over there with the
on?
baby oil.
He's a
This is
degenerate.
He
this
is.
is this is the ghetto. What is going on?
He's
Mm.
And he's
beyond the
having the
ghetto.
and he's in a circle just dance parading around, and there's this man in a ugly purple suit.
He's currently in a reprobate mind.
Well, you had to have the right mind in order for it to go reprobate. So I don't even know that he he ever had a clear mind or for it to go reprobate.
I'm
Talk
sorry.
about it.
That's such a late ass piece of girl. I just can't.
Trash.
Anyway, thank y'all for coming up. I've been on here 3 hours. I gave y'all 3 hours of my life today.
Well, I told you you needed to have it at minimum for 3 hours. So great job.
And
You
here we
have been
are.
gone like a whole week, El Teddy.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
let's not get too cute,
we got to drop it
Now,
Friday for the Fourth
because
of
you
July.
you came in for 10 minutes the other day, and that was 6 days ago.
listen. I'm gonna do an early live tomorrow. It's probably gonna be like 1 o'clock because I gotta fly out tomorrow night at like 8 something. No, I
Oh,
think
you
my
getting
flight is at
flued out?
9 something.
Ooh,
And I gotta go to Phoenix for to be with the my frat brothers.
Mm.
I asked
And
you a question about that,
Are a
what?
lot of your frats still fine?
about the situation that happened down at the cookout in
I
Atlanta.
don't know what happened at the cookout.
It was a shootout
When was the cookout?
this past weekend.
I wasn't here. I
It
was
was a it was
gone.
a it was a Kappa Greek. It was a Kappa cookout in Atlanta.
I was gone. I wasn't here this weekend.
Oh, not a shootout. Kappa shooting? Oh my
No, somebody
Why are
came,
we
somebody,
surprised?
an outsider came in, and you know
God. Okay.
it popped up
Probably
on my
one of
news
some one of,
feed.
was it one
Yeah,
of
I
their
was
women
I
that
was
they had
I
messed
was out
over
of town. I
and
was in
treated
St. Louis
badly?
this
They like to
weekend.
do that.
So I'm gonna try to go live, and I'm gonna try to go live again on Friday. It's gonna be earlier because once well, I don't plan to go outside during the day, not and
I
swim
mean,
around
yeah,
and say it's nutsack. I plan to go
absolutely.
outside,
Okay.
at the
I
earliest eight
totally
o'clock
understand.
because it's gonna be 1,000 degrees in Phoenix.
Yes, it is. Bless your little heart.
So,
And the men gonna be shirtless.
child, but when I do
It's
go
gonna be
out there,
man sent everywhere.
And that was gonna be one of my top five of the good cities.
Phoenix.
anyway, y'all, I got to go. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming up. I gotta get out of here and get ready for really be. Y'all,
Bye.
bye, my loves.
Bye.
Goodbye. See you at the party.
All right.
Listen, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. As I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged. They're much appreciated. Thank y'all for coming over here. And yeah, we back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be live. I already promised myself because I'm not going outside in Phoenix. So I got time to be live with y'all. I ain't going outside in Phoenix until after it get dark. I'm just saying. Anyway, I will see y'all in about 20 minutes down to the Really Be birthday party. No, I did not go to East St. Louis. They told me to avoid it because it was dangerous. I really wanted to go and see Trade while I was there, but they ain't let me go over to East St. Louis. I was with some people and they ain't let me go. I wanted to go and see the East St. Louis Trade. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. Oh no, I'm gonna see y'all in 20 minutes. That Really Be. So I'll see y'all then. Bye, y'all.